lay it on me, Shane. What have you heard?
Oh, look, it's obviously come out, but Crichton asked to have a meeting with Madge and Sheens.
So that part of it didn't come. So I assume most people have seen the Pom, the dude on the West Tigers forum, who is arguably like he has the best inside in terms of shit that comes out from inside the club. He seems to like be always onto it, better than actual journalists. Who, but in his statement, I don't. Or what do you call it? What's a post on the forum? He didn't actually say Crichton approached Madge. He just said we're putting in a formal offer to Madge. So that's a big difference, Shane. If Crichton's come, because everyone's like, oh, are we even a chance? The fact that Crichton's come to Madge, like that's significantly different.
Well, I've heard from people from inside Rabbitohs that he left the Rabbitohs because of the way they got rid of Madge. So he really has a massive respect for him. And after that, he was almost like, you've got no loyalty. So, like, what's the point of loyalty? And he hit up Madge and asked for the meeting. And so, actually, so did Appy. Appy was also the person who first approached Madge and wanted to talk to him about coming to the Tigers. So there's two big players that used to play for him that want to play for him. So I think that sort of quenches the rumors about, oh, nobody wants to play for Madge, nobody wants to come here for him. I've heard, and the funny thing is, nothing really came out about Appy wanting to play for Madge. That didn't come out. It was just, oh, we've signed him. Oh, cool. But he approached Madge, was like, hey, look, this is what the go is. I'm probably going to have to leave the Panthers. I want to play for you. Let's see if we can sort something out with the Panthers and obviously make a deal happen.
Everyone probably assumes we're just paying overs, or like it was money talks. That's the only way we got him.
I don't think we're paying him heaps either. Like, I think we're paying him what he's worth, which is good because usually we pay overs.
It's not over the line yet, boys.
No. I'm talking Appy.
I'm talking Appy.
Yeah. So what I've heard from Crichton, he wants a 3-year deal, and we're going to offer about 2.2 million over 3 years. And he wants pretty much assurance that Madge is staying for 3 years. That's sort of what he's into. So, look, whether it's true or not, as I said, these are all rumors. I'm getting told by people. I'm not hearing this firsthand myself. But some of the stuff does come true. It's all like, as we all know, shit can change in 15 minutes. So, look, everything could be looking completely positive, and then one wrong thing gets said, and they've off somewhere else. So, look, it's looking positive if we're getting approached by players of Crichton's caliber, because I think we'd all want him.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's anything about that, but
yeah, I think it's the right price too, guys, if he does come at that price. But I think too, with the Roosters don't let go of someone they don't want. So the fact that Crichton's approached us gives me a little bit more hope than sort of, throwing up a name and saying we want to chase him. I think the biggest concern is going to be the Dolphins. They're struggling to attract players, and they're going to make a big play for him, but he obviously wants to stay in New South Wales. So
yeah,
if we sign him, I don't know if you guys saw Papali'i yesterday for Parramatta. Wow, 2-try, massive game, and hairs on the back of my neck were standing up. And then with the Crichton talk, I'm thinking, wow, just take Law out of the equation. That's
Stephen front row,
great
happy.
And Crichton can fill the middle too. He's played middles in Origin as well. So, it'll be a really good signing. And, things are looking up, guys. I know we've got a lot of players out, but just got to try and keep the positivity. It's such a good, the way we're playing at the moment, it's, even if we drop the game to the Bulldogs, we're going to be fielding our second best team. It's literally 10 or 11 players out. Hopefully we get a couple of guys back, but, I'll take a 1-point victory. We just got to somehow try and get a win, and hopefully Leichhardt will bring the best out of the boys.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll preview that Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Just on the Crichton money. So Mitch is obviously
got the calculator
out. So, well, it's actually $733,333.33. But the way that they should do it, I'm assuming Sheens and co will be smart enough. We are so cashed up next year because Adam, Dane, and Jackson are all signed up already. So we have, I think it's around the $1.5 million-ish, roughly mark. So we're so cashed up for next year, rather than the 733 continuum split. I think the smart thing to do would be pay him $1 million next year, and then 600, rough numbers here, but basically pay him a big chunk next year, and then bring his salary down so we can pay Adam, Dane, potentially Dane, and Jackson after. That way we can have literally all these guys. So next year, really, like that's how they'll do it, because there's a few guys that are going to get some pretty decent pay rises for 2024. But do you agree with that?
Makes sense what you're saying, Josh. But honestly, from where I'm sitting, let's just freaking sign him up.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but makes sense.
But, we don't want to lose Jackson or Adam.
Yeah. No, we're not
or Dane.
I don't think we will. I think. Well, Adams, in my opinion, Adams. I know Jackson's playing well. Adam's still the most important bloke in the club, guys. Like I said, we've forgotten about how good he was last year. And I think
definitely forgotten.
Signed on fullbacks money, so I don't think Adam's going to get much of an increase, if any. So the only guys that will really get a significant increase would be Hastings, and no disrespect to Brooksy, if we end up keeping him, he'll probably be on less than what he's on now. So I think really the only upgrade is going to come from.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the WestsLife Podcast. As always, we are sponsored by West Ashfield Leagues Club and as well as MG Pump Solutions. If you could please subscribe if you'd love to hear us again. We're going to have episodes twice a week, every week this season, Mondays and Thursdays. So we're going to, as the season rolls in, be sure to catch us every week. And if you can, give us a like on the socials. So at WestsLife Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Search for WestsLife Podcast on Facebook. And if you'd like to take part in the show, patreon.com/WestsLife. It's just a couple of bucks a month to help grow the show. We'll see you again next time on the WestsLife Podcast.